breeze blowing, storm clouds moving in. Whatever's gonna happen, it's about to begin. I remember what the drunk donkey told me when he said, son, don't fear. Mike's where the page life is about to begin. Then he's gonna tell you about the wind and the rain. Gonna tell you which way it's going, if it's gonna be a hurricane. Don't you worry about the news that they try to hide. Just look on Mike's page, Drunk Donkey Nationwide. There'll always be some haters, but they don't understand that Mike's got a friend and 100,000 more across the land. Well, if you want to know it first and you want to know it right and you want to have time to plan, Drunk Donkey Nation tells your friend Mike, he's your man. Then he's gonna tell you all about the wind and the rain. Gonna tell you if it's gonna be a storm or if it's gonna be a hurricane. Don't you worry about the news others try to hide. Look on Mike's page, Drunk Donkey Nationwide. Yeah, here on Mike's page, Drunk Donkey Nation Pride.
All right. What's up, everybody? Good morning. It's Friday, January 5th. Something new, Shelly, I want to do. Let's see how many times I remember it. I want to start the show by saying the date. Today is Friday, January 5th. And somebody over on YouTube caught me, and I just fixed it. I knew it. It's like writing a check on a checkbook. I already messed up the date on the YouTube. It's 24. I had 04. Happens. I think I edited it in time. So anyway, what's cooking out there, world? We got a lot to talk about weather-wise. So we're going to dive into it here in a few minutes. We keep things slow on these little videos. It's painful, I know. If you want weather content, you have to wait a little bit. We like to say hello to people. Right? I know, Shelly, it's 2024. I still write checks, and I'll still put 23 on them for 6 months. Tyler, we'll get into Madeira Beach 100%. So welcome, everybody. Thanks for watching. We're streaming live on Facebook, X, and YouTube. Soon to be TikTok. I got my third monitor. And waiting on authorization. I missed it by an hour. So we might do a little test later on the old talk. And see how that goes. But yeah, there's a lot of weather. A lot of weather coming up. Lots of serious weather to talk about. In fact, we already had a tornado warning in Texas this morning. So it's already happening. I got a new thing above me. Y'all like it? I got our chat, and then I added radar. So that's live radar above my head. Look. Look, Hunter. It's up here. That's radar. Over here. So yeah, we got a strong line of storms we're going to have to watch out for as we go throughout the day today. So we'll get into all that, I promise. Our Daily Brew, of course, I am just Mike, no real meteorologist. We got a lot of new followers. We hit 1.5 million on Facebook last night, I noticed. That's awesome. Thank you so much. We're almost at 100,000 in YouTube. That's our next big plateau. And we really appreciate the followers. It's brought to you by our good buddies at ABC Fine Wine and Spirits. It's Friday. Hopefully a lot of you local Floridians will stop by your local ABCs. They support us and support what I do, so we really appreciate it. And they love Mike's Weather page, so we love them. And good friends of mine now over the years, more than just a supporter. So we appreciate that for sure. Little news here too. Now that we got through the holidays, we're counting down to Daytona. Our second year running of the Hurricane Awareness Machine, sponsored by Furman Power Equipment, will be back at Daytona Speed Weeks. Also, our good friends at the Florida Division of Emergency Management, Kevin Guthrie and crew, will be there in attendance, supporting the car with their logo on it. It's a great opportunity. We got a couple new sponsors. Of course, Coastal Claims back again, Mr. Frank Dalton. But we do have one opportunity left. We had one fall through, and we got to get the prints made. So if any industry-related companies reach out to Phil, there are emails on the site. We got, I think it's the back quarter panel there. So reach out if you want to be part of the fun. We got a lot of stuff planned for Daytona Speed Weeks. That'll be countdown to hurricane season, 100 days away. So that'll be a lot of fun. That's coming up for that. There's a website. Let's leave it on that. I tell you what, let's put it right here. This is what we're looking at today. So we're going to get into this here in a second. This is Storm Prediction Center for today. We're going to talk about it. Terry Murphy, hey, thanks for the old gifts over there. Appreciate that. Gifted memberships. That's cool. What's up, Mr. Jonathan? Eric, how's it going? Martha, Mary, Maya. Maya's first time to Daytona. Oh, you're going to be in for a lot of fun. It's a great weekend. We love Daytona. What's up, Mr. Harold? You're sending all that cold weather our way. We officially just turned the heat on here. It's 67. I could not take it anymore. The hardwood floors were a little too much for my toes. So that was our post. Hey, Braxton, how's it going, buddy? Up there in Carolina. Yeah, it was cold up there, Hunter. How was it on your feet, buddy? All right. He hears Sarah. Sarah's in there singing. If you hear some weird singing, it's probably Sarah. She's a karaoke queen. For sure. So, all right, this big weather coming. I'm going to try to say hey to everybody that says hey, but we got to talk weather. Hunter, yeah, Hunter's doing great, Shelly. I'm really proud of him. He had that pneumonia last year that was scary and made it. So, Virginian, you need to come Daytona once. It should be on everybody's bucket list at least once. I used to go every Thursday for the Twins back in the day, man. We used to buy a raffle ticket. General seating. Earnhardt won like 11 years in a row back then in their Thursday races. That was the good old days. Big wins. All right, so as we get into it, listen, we got two weather systems coming, okay? It's very confusing, but man, we have, that little one that came through the other day wasn't that much, but things are getting real now. So we got two systems to worry about. And I say worry, I don't mean to be like a hypist, but could be sneaky storms, okay? Look at that radar ahead of me, above me, that's live, but we do have a Storm Prediction Center outlook for Friday in the dark green and Friday overnight, so they're considering storms will be continuing overnight into the Panhandle. The reason being that's separated with this Gulf warmth, so not much inland as far as severe weather with this system, but there's a little bit more conversation about tomorrow for the Florida Peninsula. There's going to be a little more warm air to work with, the warm Gulf of Mexico, strong upper level El Nino winds, basically. So they're really not concerned yet, but they're talking about a couple tornadoes. So don't let the dark green fool you. The Storm Prediction Center is talking about a little more storm chance tomorrow into the Florida Peninsula. So pay attention if you got plans. It's going to be a squall line. I posted the radar a second ago. I'll do it again here in a minute, but it's going to be coming through in the morning. Somewhere around Tampa Bay in the morning, I-4. Everything follows I-4. Everything's diagonal. I-4 is going to be morning-ish. Could be gone by afternoon-ish. And then focus is going to shift to this, and I'm going to go into everything. But this is even a bigger story in the making, okay? I've been, all over this. We've been talking about it. This is Monday night into Tuesday. This is another dip in the jet stream. This is looking more like a cutoff low, more of a negatively tilted system, which you follow weather, that's bad sometimes. It's getting some pretty possible storm signatures, again, southeast Florida on Tuesday. So we could see a pretty bad storm system. And now they have extended this outlook north because this system I'm going to go into it's so large that we're going to see winds spiraling around the whole East Coast all the way to Maine, like 60, 70 mile an hour wind gusts all the way to Cape Cod and New York. We're going to talk about Pinellas County here in a second. I'm concerned about West Coast Tuesday afternoon with winds. So there's a lot of weather. This is all because it's going to be a 960, 970 range millibard system around the Great Lakes Wednesday morning. And anytime you get that deep of pressure, man, you get all kinds of winds and storms. So that is coming. I'm going to talk about that here in a second. Wintry weather, here you go. This was just updated this morning. Basically, we got two things to worry about this weekend. Tomorrow, Saturday, we're going to have ice accumulation east of the Smokies, northward, up to 1/4 of an inch. That could be trouble on the roadways. So if you're traveling early morning tomorrow, definitely pay attention along the Carolinas, eastern of the mountains, east side of the Smokies there, northward Carolina, north into Virginia. And then the big snow, big question mark is what New York's going to get. But overall, they've got a big section here, 6 to 12 inches this weekend. Most of it falls later Saturday into Sunday. So huge snow, first one of the year for the New England area. And it's, nor'easter, a lot of wind for that. So, and they're talking about flooding with this. Now, this is going to increase more Tuesday night into Wednesday with the flooding from the winds. This wind is not as intense as the wind coming early week. But they're talking about, 8 inches of snow, Poconos, 12 inches possible. So that's that. Here's the latest ice accumulation map. Pretty much pink is, trouble, 2/10, 3/10, or 1/10. So, same as the map I just showed, a little more clear to maybe to see where the area is at. You probably can't even see the states on this map. They need to be a little darker. And then here's your latest Euro GFS, just to kind of show you the difference in thinking. The Euro is showing a little bit more into New York. The GFS is not. Boston looking pretty heavy chances, 8 to 10 inches maybe. But, confidence is increasing of a pretty big snow event this weekend. And the good thing is I don't have to predict snow. Locals up there know. Interstate 95 is the Interstate 4 of Florida. Everything happens on one side of 95 or the other, and everything's like, is it going to be 95 east or 95 west? It all depends on little wiggles and wobbles of where the low pressure goes. But I show two models. It could be either one. Guess what? If one of those is right, then I was right. So that's that. So let's get back to the page. Slow down a little bit. We're going to talk a lot about what's coming the next week here across the south. Let's go back on the radar, which is above my head here. But you can see we already have a hefty line of storms, man, and it's a lot of marine warnings. It's starting near eastern Texas right now, and as the day goes on, they're expecting these to get stronger. So it's coming your way, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Florida. And then tomorrow, Saturday. So, yes, I will be storm chasing 100%. Anybody asking? Yes, 100%. And especially next Tuesday. There's going to be a lot of weather watching ahead. William Strunk, happy Friday. What's up, Bob Parrish? Virginia. Going to be ice. North Carolina, yep. You probably are in western North Carolina. Oh, man. Hopefully, y'all, listen, it's going to be a lot of power outages. Hopefully you got your Furman generators, Lowe's, Costco. Head to Lowe's, head to Costco. Furman Power Equipment, the official power of Mike's Twitter page. Do you remember Tim the Toolman Taylor? We should do a Furman version. Anyway, all right, lost my marbles for a second. All right, let's look at the wording of what's coming. Then we'll look at estimated radar. Well, let's look at estimated radar, what's coming. Everybody's probably more interested in that. Then we're going to dive into, I want to dive into the wording of the Storm Prediction Center, kind of show you what's happening with that. So let's go to the latest time frame video for today and tonight. So this is a really good representation of what we're going to see tonight. All right. So let's just slow down a little bit. Let's say there's 1 p.m. Obviously, we're getting into Louisiana. Any of these storms could be sneaky. Here's New Orleans, 3, 4 o'clock tonight, Friday. We can see some of these pulling northward. They're all going to be probably moving off that classic northeast movement. As we get into evening hours, here is 6 p.m., starting to get closer and closer to Mobile and, the Florida Panhandle there tonight, 6, 7 o'clock. And then as we go through the overnight hours, here's 10 p.m.-ish, 9 p.m.-ish. Overnight, here's midnight. So midnight, we can see some strong storms. You can start to see this line really looking intense here about 2 in the morning across Tallahassee. So, the Storm Prediction Center is only showing, coastal pretty much because the cool air is going to start limiting the storm potential to the north. We're losing that jet stream that we're going to see on Monday, Tuesday. But this is where it gets interesting, for Florida, because they're talking about, a little more sneaky storms tomorrow. There's 4 a.m. Valdosta, nearing Jacksonville, 4 a.m. Here's 6 a.m., getting close to Ocala, getting closer to the West Coast, 6 a.m. Here's 8 a.m. tomorrow. Savannah getting a little bit, Charleston getting a little bit still. Backside obviously has some ice now starting to accumulate here east of the mountains here. Charlotte area, possibly Greenville, need to be watching for ice accumulation. A little bit of snow in the higher elevations. But as we get in through the day, here's 9 a.m. tomorrow, Saturday. And then, 10 a.m., 11 a.m. So, this is where they're saying this, these storms across the Florida Peninsula tomorrow morning, we're going to be watching. And here's noontime tomorrow. Starts to lose a little bit of punch in the afternoon. Here's 2 p.m. tomorrow. It'd be sneaky down here down south. 2, 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. We're still seeing, South Florida, still stuff out in the Gulf. This is tomorrow afternoon, 2, 3 o'clock. If everybody's worried about I-4 corridor, early afternoon things are starting to get sunny and shift to the south. So it's not an all-day washout, but it will cancel plans, guaranteed. Morning plans on the west side and South Florida afternoon, evening plans. Here's tomorrow afternoon, and then unfortunately for South Florida, it's going to linger. It's going to lose some punch, but look at that. We're just going to have an inflow of moisture all the way to Sunday morning. This is basically 6 o'clock tomorrow night, and then 6 o'clock Sunday morning. So the front kind of flattens out, kind of stalls, and unfortunately for Sunday, there could be some lingering rains possible pumping in from the Gulf, more I-4 south. And this was showing up Wednesday when we did our little live. So not 100% Sunday going to be perfect for everybody. It looks like some of this front's going to linger a little bit and maybe bring some juice down here to South Florida. So that's the timeline on that. Let's talk about what the Storm Prediction Center is talking about for today. Basically, tornado isolated damage risk will exist, generally regionally transition eastward in the coastal through tonight. So, tornado isolated damaging wind risk will exist, obviously along that green area. Talking about lower level shear, fast moving, organized, rotating storms possible. This is for today and tonight. We go to tomorrow. This is where they're talking a little bit more. Strong thunderstorms may impact parts of Florida Peninsula Saturday by some risk for damaging wind gusts and a tornado or two. This is for tomorrow, the Florida Peninsula. So, got to stay tuned to your weather radars and weather alerts tomorrow as this thing moves through the state for that. So, hey, Linda, how's Jacksonville? We just talked about it. What are you talking about? I just showed you. Hey, Ms. Morgan. Yeah, I saw your radars. Two radars are down. William, what's up, buddy? Jennifer Shaw said a good day for taking down Christmas. We're one step ahead of you. I got it in the garage. I haven't made that trek to the attic yet. Sharon just jumped on. Okay. Well, we forgive you. You got storms coming. All right, just for you, just because you're nice. Overnight tonight, Jacksonville. About 2, 3 in the morning, it's going to start raining. You could get some nasty storms by daybreak for Jacksonville tomorrow morning. And then it's long gone by noontime for you, okay? Just for you. What's up, Miss Lydia, Miss Mary, Nancy, Miss Katie. Katie going on a cruise. We got our big cruise coming up. Cannot wait for that. Totally can't wait for that. What else are we talking about? Miami Springs, Mary. What's up? Put the attic air. Yeah. Close the attic doors. David, Tallahassee, you got storms overnight too, buddy. Here's about 3 a.m., 3 a.m. Pennsylvania, Daisy, you got a lot of snow coming your way, Daisy May. Sambo, how about the storms in the Northeast? Well, I don't think it's going to be much storms. Just a lot of wind. Storm-wise, though, a lot of cold air in place. So, going to be a lot of wind. Wind and rains mainly. I don't think we're going to have any serious storms with this. Got to have heat in place. Now, what's coming Monday? Bigger event. This is the one. This is the one we're going to watch. So let's go back to the page here, see if there's anything else we need to talk about showing up. I know y'all get a kick out of this with map. I had a lady comment, "Oh, I used to love your weather page, and now you're turning it all complicated and stuff." I'm like, okay. Sorry. I didn't draw the map. But anyway, you can sit here. You can decipher it if you really look hard. If you're colorblind, I'm sorry. I don't know what you're going to do if you're colorblind, because they all look the same. But this shows you the severe weather. This shows you the freezing rain. Unfortunately, this doesn't show you tomorrow. This is only day 3 to day 7. But still showing you severe weather, high winds, what's coming. So pretty much a high wind maps. I've never seen it like this. Let me tell you. Here's the high wind map. Ready? Let me draw it for you. Here's the high wind map. Just so you know. Look at that. Everybody here is over half the country is going to be in high wind alerts Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Okay? I know I've been talking about it for a long time. I've been called every name in the book because I hype so much, but it's finally being officially on maps now, so I don't have to worry about hyping till the next storm. Oh my goodness. Ms. Dartsel, how's it going? How y'all doing? Hey, hurricane season's coming up, by the way. We got 2 hurricane expos coming up. One for Palm Harbor, one for Oldsmar. Julie's worked on my calendar today. It's the season. I saw a great article from our friends at Dunright Roofing here locally. Now is a great time to plan on roofs, just getting ready for the hurricane season. We got our good buddies at Direct Remodels. We just emailed them about some stuff we're going to be doing. Don't forget their amazing deal. We've had a couple of our MWPs already do it, 40% off. Do your own shopping. You won't find it. I mean, you might find it, but I don't know. I can't say you won't, but I don't think you will. The 40% off is phenomenal. They just did a house in our neighborhood, actually. So, great guys to work with. Hurricane season's coming. Hurricane expos are on the calendar already. I got 2 coming up. Doing a big co-op powered. Doing something for Tammy coming up. And holy moly, I can't believe it. Daytona's 100 days from hurricane season. That's hard to believe. All right. And with water temperatures still above normal, we don't even need to talk about that right now. Let's talk about the big storms coming. All right, so So rarely do you get these outlook maps past day 3. So when they start issuing day 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 outlook maps, there's high confidence. So we do have that high confidence of some severe storms coming. Now this is the first day. Here's the first day. So this is on Monday. Monday. What we have basically is a huge dip in the jet stream here coming down, big low pressure area, and it's going to be bringing in all kinds of nasty winds and potential for storms. So this is going to be an area to watch on Monday. This is going to extend overnight into Tuesday, and this is the area that's getting a little bit more worrisome as far as severe storms. And they also extended this outlook map northward into the Carolinas more. This is for Tuesday. Doesn't mean we're not going to get anything up here with high winds. They'll issue Storm Prediction Center outlooks for high winds, and they probably will. This is more tornadic chances I've found over the years. They really highlight on tornadoes on long range predictions. But don't think you're not going to get anything up Tuesday and Wednesday in the Northeast, because we got some serious winds coming your way. We got 968 pressure over the Great Lakes on Wednesday morning. That is crazy. I don't know if that's... Well, it is low, because I read this could challenge all-time low pressure readings for a large area. Now, I don't know if that's during the month of January or when, but this low pressure could challenge low pressure reading records. So it's a pretty big deal. And what they're talking about it, let's break it down. Bottom line, unfortunately, they're using the words strong tornadoes. When they say strong tornadoes, that means it could be EF2 pluses. We've talked so much about El Nino and winters, and I post a lot of maps over the years that have shown strong El Nino years have been almost double, triple tornadoes in the South, especially Florida. History says strong El Ninos bring more amplified severe weather. So that is why the concern is there. We've already had 2 incidences this season with some tornado outbreaks here in the South. So anyway, that's what we're watching. And yes, they call it a cyclone. I don't know if you follow me over on TikTok, but I got a lot of heat for saying the word cyclone, but they mentioned it 3 times in the Storm Prediction Center outlook. Cyclone doesn't have to be tropical. It's a big, large area of low pressure. So, anyway, all these words are just saying we could have bad stuff to worry about coming. Bottom line. But the first thing I want to show is tropical tidbits and just show you the massive low pressure that this thing is predicted at, which is really fascinating me. So the latest Euro for next week's system is showing a 998 over central U.S., but watch what happens. This thing really 966 pressure. This is on Wednesday morning. 975 over Ohio. So, it might not be it could be big snow on the backside as it spirals in snow off to your west. But this story and this one's going to be wind north of the severe weather to the south. But 966, man, that is incredible. The latest GFS showing 976. At one time it was in the same range. So 970 to 960 range pressure next Wednesday morning. That is crazy. Crazy. Let's look at what it could look like, snow and rain. This is Weather Nerds. We go there for this. I like using this map because it shows frozen precipitation along with rain. So that way we get a sense of what might be coming on the backside with this system. So we're going to see tomorrow's system first. Let me stop it. This is what we're seeing tomorrow. Today, tonight, tomorrow. This is what we've been talking about. Here's a squall line tomorrow morning. But let's start watching about next week's system. And here it starts to brew. So here's Monday morning-ish. It's starting to pull out some Gulf juice. And that's where we're going to start seeing the storms on Monday. You can see them coming up Monday afternoon, Monday evening, right here, Monday evening. So pretty much the whole upper Gulf Coast. Backside snow, yes, look at that. So anytime you get a low pressure, you get winds coming around the top side. There's your big snow. They're already talking about potential blizzards in the central U.S. Big winds, snow, blizzards. This is Monday night. And here's these storms. I mean, here's Tuesday morning, Panhandle. This is why they got yellow, which will turn more tomorrow, or another day, actually, just day 5. Here's Tuesday morning. There's all your moisture. Backside snow, front side freezing rain. That's why we have a freezing rain alert for the 8th and 9th. So again, east of the Smokies, you can get some more frozen precipitation on the 9th. They're showing. Here's that squall line, though. This is Tuesday afternoon. Low pressure starting to really take shape, really starting to pull in that moisture. Tuesday evening right here, Tuesday afternoon, Tuesday night pretty much. So that's kind of where your squall line is going to be, Tuesday afternoon, Tuesday night. Could be strong storms all the way up here for mid-Atlantic south tomorrow, going into the evening hours, Wednesday night. And it does appear it's going to make it through Florida. This is a pretty big front, so it does look like the rains are going to head all the way through the state down to Bahamas. Important if you're cruising, obviously. This would be Wednesday morning right here. Wednesday wake up. Boom. That's Wednesday morning. So as it clears out of Florida on Wednesday, whatever's going on up here, you're going to get it on the mid-Atlantic northeast side with storms and lots of winds. And we're going to see power outages guaranteed. And I'm going to show you why. So Wednesday morning, there you go. And, snow around the backside. Wisconsin and maybe not Wisconsin. I don't know. I thought you might get some snow. Michigan, yes. Ohio, yes. This thing wraps around you. Might just miss Wisconsin a little bit. Maybe the southern part of Wisconsin. But anyway, there you go. That's what it looks like. By Wednesday afternoon, it's pretty much gone. And Thursday morning right here. So pretty massive system. But some of the things that makes it look a little worrisome. Let's look at, for example, we'll look at the 500 millibar. You'll see the little bit of tilt here with the, right here. You can start to see this is Tuesday. Normally, usually when you get these things, getting a little bit more backside tilt on the 500, you get more severe weather chances. That's why we got a severe weather chance Monday and Tuesday. And that's been showing up really consistent. There is another model here that I haven't showed in a while, but it's the SIPS Severe Probability Guidance, and it's a pretty good one. This one kind of gives you a hint into the future. So let's go to day 4. There's your initial setup, but now we really get going here on day 5, and that's kind of the area that they're watching more for Tuesday. I wonder why they're showing 4 over there. Texas. We'll have to keep an eye on that. But this, very rarely we get this much color in the southeast, and this is obviously because of this dip. So we're really paying attention here across the south of Florida. That's why they raised the line up to the Carolinas more for Tuesday. The winds, let's take a look at that. This is the impressive thing. So my other thing I've been talking a lot about, I haven't looked at it today, but overall, if you look at the wind gust map, and if you just fast forward to, let's say, Tuesday. All right. So Tuesday, let's just see who's going to get the most amount of winds along the coast. So as our low pressure starts to set up here around Oklahoma, let's say, you start to get the winds around it, right? So obviously it'll be windy here on the backside, but as far as coastal winds go, Monday, this is 3 p.m. Starting to see, strong winds incoming here to New Orleans and maybe eastern Texas. As our low starts to take shape, the winds are going to pull in from the south to the north. This is Monday night. So any areas prone to any sort of coastal flooding, Monday night, we're going to start to see some gusts here. And these are numbers, 43, 41. You know what? I wonder if I can make those bigger. I think I can, actually. I think I can make the numbers higher. Let's see. I know I can on the... Nah. This is the wind. This is just wind. Oof, that really makes it thick. Anyway. Meh. Yeah, Anyway. Hi, anyway, 43, 41. These are gusts. Monday night, obviously, GFS is going to be kind of close right now. It's getting a little closer. So, 30s and 40 wind gusts, upper Gulf on Monday night. Now, we have pretty decent sustained winds, too, now. Just because, I show gusts a lot. But what's interesting with this system is we could see sustained winds close to tropical storm force. So, even Monday night here on the GFS, on the Euro here, as we get into Monday afternoon, we can see almost tropical storm sustained winds, upper 20s on the GFS, about the same on the Euro. All right, so this is where it gets interesting. So as our low pressure starts to take shape here going into Monday night, things really start to pick up. Biloxi 55, Mobile, big winds rolling in. This is the direction of the winds. Monday night, 10 p.m. Things are going to slowly start to shift Tuesday. So they're going to start, our lows to the north, and winds are going to start spinning around. Here's our frontal line, Tuesday, 4 a.m. So 4 a.m., we're going to see some big winds in the Panama, Apalachicola area. My area, though, what I've been really watching. So let's get to Tuesday. Tuesday is a day I'm really curious about for the Florida West Coast. 47, Panama. These are sustained wind gusts. But look at some of these numbers. Tuesday, 4 p.m., around Steenhatchee and wind gusts at 60 miles an hour. Cedar Key 56 miles an hour. GFS similar. There's 59 miles an hour. So these are pretty big wind gusts for the Florida West Coast. We'll talk more here in a second. All right, so when we had that little system 2 weeks ago, around the 15th or 14th, whenever it was, around Madeira Beach when I was storm chasing, the Euro was only showing upper 30s for the Florida West Coast. It was the difference though is it was a 999 pressure, 998 pressure, and we had high tide. So this is going to be really interesting, because these are higher winds that we saw during that little bit of flooding that we saw a couple weeks ago, but a little higher pressure. I'm really curious, because high tide is about 8, 9, 10 o'clock. There's a second high tide. There's a first high tide, but basically low tide on Tuesday is like 5:50, 6 o'clock in the morning. So that as the day goes on, the tides are going to be increasing on Tuesday. So low tide is already before this. This is 3 p.m. Low tide is at 6 in the morning, basically, on average for the Florida West Coast. I mean, it fluctuates, but this is what I've been seeing, and I haven't looked at it yet, but this is when things turn, and this is Tuesday, 5 p.m. So there's your numbers, 47, 46. This is the GFS. Euro is usually always a little more aggressive. 48, 49, 51 Spring Hill, 48. These are wind gusts. But this will be the time to wonder, Tuesday afternoon and Tuesday night, what happens here. If this continues, I would think that we're going to see some coastal flooding. I mean, we got a new moon on the 11th. This is the 9th. Tides will run a little bit above normal. High tides around 10, 11 o'clock at night. This is 7 o'clock at night. So pay attention to this possibility along the Florida West Coast. And the GFS is close, the same, a little slower. But the thing, too, is that the sustained winds are, a little less, obviously, but still, 20, 30 mile an hour sustained winds. And, we didn't see these with that last system. So just kind of watching that close, okay? We'll see. But look at everybody else, though, regardless of the coast. Just look at this. These are wind gusts across Tuesday. I mean, 50, 39, 39, Boca Raton, 42, 40 in Miami. I mean, it is going to be downright windy. Look, this is because our lows started to take place. It's 984 now over Kentucky, drinking bourbon. But look at these winds. Kansas City, 30, Oklahoma, 40, Dallas, 49. So these winds are going to be whipping around. But then then we got to focus on the other coast. So this is where it even gets more wind. So as we get through Tuesday, whatever happens here, midnight still got winds coming in on the Euro. Man, I'm telling you, this is probably where I'll be hanging out storm chasing. But look at these winds, man. All right, so Wednesday. Holy crap, this is Tuesday night. All right, so while we're focused over here, these winds are obviously counterclockwise. Look at these winds in Savannah. Like 64, 63, 54 in Charleston. Now, these are gusts, yes. But that's still, even the GFS is showing it. 65 in Charleston. These aren't sustained. This is not a hurricane. These are just predicted wind gusts. But it just means you might have some coastal issues. But overall, though, man, I'm talking, look at this 40s and, 40, look at these winds, man. Crazy winds. All right, so now we get into Wednesday. Look at the Outer Banks. So let's get into, this is still Tuesday night, 7 p.m. Look at, let's zoom in on Outer Banks. Tuesday, 7 p.m. 60s. God almighty, it's crazy. This is Tuesday, 10 p.m. Euro. Let's just leave it on the Euro for now because... But, look at 40. It's like the whole dang Washington 49, All right, so then we go into Tuesday overnight. Obviously, this front's moving in and the lows the direction off the Atlantic. Peak winds still showing up overnight Tuesday into Wednesday. We can see 70-mile-an-hour wind gusts across the Outer Banks. Not sure we will or not. But, man, the model, when you get the GFS and the Euro so dang close. GFS 75 in Ocracoke, Kitty Hawk 74, Beaufort 73. Then you go to the Euro, and it's almost the same. A couple hours slower. But, all right, so anyway, you're going to be windy, all right? And then, I'm afraid of focusing on it until you start seeing official forecasts. But I'm starting to read marine forecast for, let's say, Long Island area. They're already worried about extreme weather. So here's midnight, Atlantic City 60. Then we get in, obviously we go farther north. This is Wednesday morning. 71 Long Beach, 77 Brookhaven. That's Euro. GFS is a couple hours ahead of it. 71 Long Beach. So come on, man, it's crazy. Oh man, I'm telling you, it's incredible. Look at. Here's Wednesday morning, 8 a.m. for Cape Cod, 70s, 77, 78. Look at the Euro. It's going to be a little later, 74. So anyway. But these winds are going to spread well inland, and unfortunately that means a lot of power outages. And look at, once you get up here to the main, so oh my God, they're getting it too. Look at that. Oh my God. So Boston, 67. This is all Wednesday morning, 8, 9, 10 o'clock. So, man. But you can believe it because of the pressure. That is some serious low pressure. If that does verify. 966 pressure over the Great Lakes. That will create a tremendous amount of wind. And I don't have, maybe I do. One time we did. I'm curious what the Great Lakes sea forecast is. I bet you they're going to be incredible. I know somewhere a long time ago I had it. I'll have to look for it. But I guarantee that the Great Lakes outlook is going to be tremendous because of this 960 pressure. Do we have any surge? Let's look at this. Let's see how this product's doing right now. I'm never really sure how far out it goes, but well, it's kind of, I don't know if it's up to date, but it's showing basically what it showed during our last little episode. The white screen. Oh, yeah, 3 foot. Yeah, so it's starting to show. I don't know how accurate it is, but look at Steenhatchee up here in this area. They're already showing numbers, almost 5 feet above sea level up here in this area, Cedar Key. So I'm sure these maps will get tweaked a little bit as we get closer. Here's a surge product. Let's see if it, I think we have Clearwater on this one, so we can do Clearwater. Let's see, Southeast, Gulf, Clearwater. Where are you at? Gulf, Clearwater. Let's see what it shows for Clearwater. Nah, nothing too bad yet. Oh, it's not even going out that far yet. Never mind. It's only going out to Monday. So, something to watch. All right. Anyway. There you go. So, as far as... I don't know. So, here's... All right, so let's look at some rain maps. I already started to show some flooding rain maps for different areas. Here is day 4. This is Monday. Already started to show that flooding rain potential. Monday. I'm sure we got a day 5 out yet, which would probably be more New England maybe. Oh yeah, here we go. Day 5. Oh boy. Day 5. Here's your day 5. Day 5 map. This would be Tuesday. And we're starting to see possible flooding across New England because of what I just showed you here. This, boom. This is Tuesday. This is Wednesday morning, so it could continue a little bit. But look at all this heavy rain pumping in early Wednesday. And we got folks watching in Bermuda. I know we do. Lori, 3 a.m. on Thursday morning. You might get a little bit out of this. Ding dong. Sorry about that. I'm going to turn that off. So if you're in Bermuda, you might get some overnight Wednesday into Thursday. Maybe. A little bit. Nothing too bad. I mean, you get a little rain, but not bad. So anyway, man, yeah, a lot of weather coming up. It's a lot of weather coming up. A 5-day rain map. Not a huge rain event for Peninsula with these storms, but we could have some rain training up in the Panhandle. This is 5-day rains. Panhandle and maybe across the Upper Gulf. So this lighter orange is 5 inches. Mountains. This is through Wednesday morning, so we can see some flooding rains maybe. This is, purple still 2 inches, so you still might get 2 inches across the Florida West Coast. So that's your rain map. Let's see what else. Cover everything. Here's a good look at what's happening, by the way. You can see this first low coming across the U.S. There it is right here spinning, bringing up that moisture. And that's what we're watching today, obviously. So keep your eye on this line. This is the line to watch. You can see lightning, not a lot, but there was this morning. Here it is now. There's quite a bit, actually. So there you go. There's your squall line. I love this map. You can check it out. You can zoom in a little closer if you want. Go to Goes East and click on Gulf here, and then click your geo color and hit animated GIF. And I think this is a higher resolution one. Yeah, so there you go. There's a current look at lightning. A lot of lightning with this, indicating strength. Lightning means storms. So there's that. So we're watching that close. They already had a tornado warning in Texas. Somebody said that was the first one of the year. I don't know if it was or not, but might have been. And you can just see this sandwich IR is a good one because taller the cloud tops are showing with the oranges and the reds. So that little more, that rain we had a couple of days ago really didn't have any pop to it. They said it could have had one, but it didn't. But that was never expected to be anything too severe. It was always light green. So, but we're seeing a lot more convection with this little guy right here. As a matter of fact, look at that. You can really zoom in on this one here. Let's go 4,000. Let's crash Chrome. All right, there you go. There's a good satellite. Love these morning satellites because you got your cold, serious clouds up ahead. But look at this. Look at the shadows indicate this backside of the storm. That's because the sun's rising over there. But look at that. These clouds are becoming tall, meaning shadows on the backside. That's the dark area there. So there's that. What else we got? Jetstream is all because of this. Long range, I think we have another one coming down in late next week. Oh, God, right? Let's go back to Tropical Tidbits here. Take a look. It looks like could be another one late next week, Friday, Saturday. We got too much to talk about. Start worrying about that. That one doesn't look as bad, though. Here's next Friday, Saturday. So, I mean, showing up. What the hell's going on? All right, so here's next. Here's a week from Friday. Which would be. Let's take a look here. Which would be here. So our next front after Tuesday, Monday, Tuesday could be next Friday. And then look at it, it's showing up on the year already. That's El Nino. Back to back to back to back to back to back storms. Here's next Friday in the GFS. But lots to watch. So, yeah, the radar, I don't know, Morgan. I think a lot of these were scheduled downtimes because of just the off season. They probably, I don't know the reasoning. I don't really know why they did, but I would assume they probably would pick maybe the most inactive time because the spring's coming, then then hurricane season. So I don't know. I don't know why there would be two down like that back, that close together. And that's up in the upper Gulf Coast, by the way. So, all right. Seas forecast. Somebody's asking. Great question. You're going to have normal. The good news is the good news for the seas forecast is the low pressure itself is racing out of here, which usually prevents too bad of waves. So here's Monday. Obviously, where the storm's at, we're going to see a brief moment of storms here late Monday and Tuesday. Yellow is usually where you start to say, okay, glad I got a drink package. Here's the front. I mean, this is overnight Tuesday, Wednesday. I don't think many people are cruising up here, I don't think. So obviously most of our cruisers are down here. And see, it kind of pulls out of here quick. Here's Wednesday midday. So here's Tuesday midday. So, you might have a 24-hour spell of some seas and winds, but Thursday morning it's gone, and then your little front comes back in for Friday. So we had that persistent high pressure to the north a few weeks ago, if you remember, and we weren't getting these fronts, so we had this big high pressure up here, and it was spinning in winds like this, and that's what was creating all this turmoil off the Atlantic. Now that we're having these fronts come in, the winds aren't able to do that. Look at the wind direction now. They're along the lines of the front. Totally different wind pattern. These fronts are breaking up things. So a couple weeks ago it was awful. It was terrible. Remember, we had like 30, 40, 50 foot seas here in this area for weeks, it seemed like. And the whole Gulf at one time was like 20 foot seas. But that was all because of this huge high pressure area. And nothing was coming down, breaking that high pressure system. But now we have fronts coming down and stabilizing the waves a little bit. I know we were coming back from Mexico. It was calm. It was amazing. We had such a great time. We were on the radiance of the seas. Whoa. Okay. Oh, God. Just a moment. Oh, man. I think I'm doing a window. Oh, remind me later. Let's see if we get back here. Are we back? That was crazy. They keep wanting me to upgrade to Windows 11, and I'm like, I refuse. I didn't crash Chrome. We just talked about it. No, that was a Windows update. Did it come back? Am I back? I think it was last January, Shelly, that we crashed Chrome. I'm afraid. I don't want to do any updates. So, anyway, all right. Here's what we got. Just to recap, big storms across the Gulf of Mexico today. It's above my head. Got to watch it close. Tornado chances randomly. They're not talking about a lot, just an isolated, they call it. spin up, quick spin up. But they could be any of these squall lines coming in off the Gulf throughout the day, throughout the night, and then definitely tomorrow into that Florida Peninsula. We're watching close. Big ice east of the Appalachians, Carolina towards Virginia tomorrow morning to be careful of. Big snow for New England over the Saturday, Sunday, and then our next system rolls in Monday, and even bigger issues to watch Monday, Tuesday, and then big winds. I think the story we're going to see is the winds are going to be like what? With these rains, let me tell you something about the Northeast. So this is something to pass along to people. This is a little thing I've been thinking about a lot. So let's rewind it here. All right, so this is system number 2. Let's just leave it here. This is something to think about. We get a lot of snow this weekend. Okay, we're going to get a lot of snow melt quick. Then on Tuesday, Wednesday, we're going to get a lot of rain. And then we're going to get a lot of winds. So that could be big with power outages because, we saw just a couple weeks ago up in Maine, they didn't expect this, and, a couple 100,000 people were out of power for a week. So something to really watch, big winds and saturated soils and the snow melt, more rain coming Tuesday, Wednesday. They're talking about flooding rains. We'll see. We'll see if it's hype or not. But definitely something to pay attention to. 976 pressure here over the Great Lakes Wednesday, 1 a.m. So that'll be very interesting. So that's it. We got our big cruise coming up. If you're on our Mike's Water Page cruise, awesome. You could, I think you could probably book a cabin. We'll have to. I just don't think you're going to get a very good rate, but Shelly's all in cruise mode. I told her when I got off the ship, I'm so excited. I can't wait to go back. I don't know. There's something about cruising I just love. So we're so excited. We'll be doing that in March. Got cool new design. I think we're going to order shirts pretty soon. So if you're in our cruise group, watch for something from Shelly. We got to pre-order our cruise shirts soon so you can have the right sizes. And, of course, our Daytona race in a month away, a month and a half. So, hopefully we don't have El Nino for that and mess up things, right? Hopefully not. Hope not. So, anyway, that is that. So, we've been almost an hour. So, we appreciate you watching and hitting 1.5 million on Facebook. Thank you all Facebook fans. I remember first night we hit 5,000. I was at Chili's and the bartender, I was at $4.99.9. I said, "Will you go hit like for me?" And it went to 5,000, and I was so excited. Now we're at 1.5 million, and pretty awesome. I think we're 113 or 14,000 on X. We are at like 165,000 on IG. YouTube, we're about 70 maybe. Trying to get higher on YouTube. And then TikTok, we're up to like 251 or 2 now. That's nuts. So, all right. So we will be back live Monday. I will be storm chasing. I had to postpone some things. This is what I love to do. So Tuesday, guaranteed, we'll be out and about somewhere. I will be out and about tomorrow somewhere, Saturday. I'm gonna be watching these squall lines. They're talking. If you read between the lines a little bit, you kind of get the feeling about tomorrow. There's a little uncertainty in how these little supercells are going to behave. There's not going to be a lot of upper level winds, but we got the warmth of the Gulf and enough in place that we could see some trouble. So this is tomorrow peninsula I'm talking about. Next week's a whole different story. But, I'm going to be watching these high-resolution mesoscales a lot. Supercell components, getting a little bit more color now. This is, I was looking at it yesterday. This is just an indicator showing you possible supercells, and you can see the brighter the colors, they're just basically just showing you there's going to be energy And if you look at where the Storm Prediction Center put their dark green, it's pretty much right where these blues are. So that right across the Interstate 4 corridor could be some strong cells. And they're going to start in the morning, 7, 8, 9 in the morning, and going across the state there. They could be on the other side of the state by noontime, early afternoon. So this will be the big question mark. How much this hangs on, and the telltale sign will be tonight is the satellite imagery in the Gulf and seeing, warmth. How much does it warm up here? I know it's cold right now, but we'll see how quick it warms up. And of course, the Gulf still has 80 degrees in spots, which means it could, help fuel. Here's your tornado parameters. Not saying it's going to happen, but you can just get the idea. Significant tornado parameters is one thing they look at. We can look at the shear, basically, kind of showing areas that could, have instability. So, yeah, let's see temperature-wise. I don't know how warm is it going to get today. Well, see, it's crazy. Look, I can't believe it's going to be. There's no way. It says it's going to be in the 70s today. How could it do that? So we go from 46 to 73. I mean, I got to turn the AC back on in the house. We went from 48 this morning. It's going to be 73 this afternoon. God, you might hit some 80s in South Florida today. Just high temperatures for Friday. Dew points, they always look at dew points. Anything in the 60 range plus usually helps storm potential. Here's 64. This is, 1 a.m. tonight. Oh my God, yeah. See, look at that. That's why they're worried. Right there, look at that. So here's, throughout the day tomorrow, the dew points are going to remain, in the upper 60s across Central Florida here. So as we get into morning time, dew points in the 60s. That's what they're talking about. 67, so 69, right here. So this is going to be plenty of fuel in the atmosphere. That's a quick warm up. That's what they're watching. So, and this is nothing to do with Tuesday. Tuesday is a little worrisome as far as some of these modeling data. As far as severe storms goes, but we'll let them decipher all that. I don't want to get ahead of myself on that, but anyway. So hey, great question. ISO houses. So El Nino looks like it's going to last through the winter. I do have an image here, the December outlook on the bottom of the page right here. Boom. That's the latest forecast. It's expected to start dropping here March, April, May, maybe April, May, June. It might end up flipping to neutral. So strong El Nino all the way through March. Bummer. And then we're going to have a quick turnaround to probably La Nina towards the end of the peak season, maybe like June or July, August, September, maybe October. So we're going to have a quick 180 turnaround to La Nina, which is going to flip the winter at least for next year. God, we're talking about El Nino 6 months ago with our winter. Could be a boring, pattern with tracking storms. We 2 years now. We went 2 months one time, right? And everybody was like, "Don't worry, El Nino's coming. You're gonna have more to worry about in the winter than hurricane season." And it's turned out true. So El Nino winters in the South are very surprising, and we're seeing that. And unfortunately, it's only January 5th. Long range forecasting still shows February, 1 month outlook, precipitation here, that's temperature. But precip for 1 month, above normal for the month of January, obviously. So that's the whole month ahead. 3 month outlook, that's January, February, March. Below to the north because of jet stream way to your north, wet to the south. And there you go. That's all the way through March. So it doesn't look like it's going away anytime soon. Long range stuff, You know what? We have a hazards map for wind. Look at this. Oh my God, that's too far out. Why am I going 112? That's 8 to 5. We don't have a. But they're already showing wind maps for 8 to 14 days. Look at that. Could be more wind on the way. But I don't know. It's too far away. Let's not worry about that yet. All right, cool. Anyway, so let's see. Stephanie's going on a cruise Monday night. Yes. Might be a little rocky. Maybe. I think more Tuesday. I think you'll be fine leaving Monday. I think it's going to be probably there while you're in Bahamas. Tuesday, Wednesday. But you'll have fun regardless, right? I should have used up the drink package more because, man, Mother Nature gave me a break on weather. It's like we posted this map a week ago or so. This map here. There's about a week or two back I posted this, and there was not one thing on it. I mean, big turnaround. And everybody. All right, somebody who just said that about being cold. It is true. My dad's 86. He's like, I don't remember being this cold this long. And I'm like, well, maybe, I don't know. But it is cold. I mean, I know last year was a lot warmer. So it's a mental thing. Like, the kids were off for spring break. And Emily was like, I got no beach days. Well, last year they had beach days and during Christmas because it was hot. That was 7 summers ago. Did April 2011 happen? Great question. Let me look. 2011. Let's take a look at that. I'm curious too. So let's see where we were in 2011. We were actually in La Nina. We were not in El Nino, so no. No, we were in La Nina then. So I think what's confusing with these long range predictions too, though, is you see a warmer outlook and you're like, okay, but you're still going to get cold fronts, and even though they're not, hurricane season could be a light year, but you still could have a major, So these isolated outbreaks obviously happen. Different times, so anyway, all right, that's about it for me. I reckon I got some work to do. We almost crashed Chrome, so we didn't do that, so that's good news. All right, well, that's a wrap. So hey, we will be storm chasing, by the way, so look for us tomorrow. Thanks, Volky, I appreciate it. I'm glad you like it. Hey, we get a lot of views on these things now. It's not only during the lives, we got people watching, which is awesome. I think it really helps being expanded on all the platforms now. So there you go. But I'll post a lot of stuff today. Obviously, we'll be tracking this thing. There's a lot to show, a lot of modeling coming out to talk about, and when I'll be out and about tomorrow chasing. So that'll be interesting. The big day is coming up Tuesday for me. Could be significant tornadoes. Hopefully not, but we'll see. Still a couple days away. Things can change. So, all right. Have a great day. Have a good weekend. See you.